Right, just scanning around, see what's available. We're back on a permission we've been onto before. It's a bit of a secretive place. We can't really relate its position to you and its name, but suffice to say it's a bit of a rabbit haven. We've had quite a few from here in the past, and we're back here again because the rabbits have started overpopulating. So we're here with the S510 Tactical. It's a 2.25 FAC, obviously. We've got the Pulsar Duo DPX or DXP 55, and we've still got the Pulsar Telos thermal spotter. As we said earlier, we've been lucky enough to keep the thermals for an extra few weeks for the reasons we mentioned before. I've just been scanning around like you've just seen, and there's a few rabbits out, and I can see quite a few in the distance. Just right in the distance I can see, if I scan around all the fields, I've probably seen about 16, but I know for a fact the rabbits are burrowing under a water tank which is just in front of us. So hopefully we're going to get a few minutes now, see if these rabbits come out, and then if not we'll move on. But as always, it's a bit of a waiting game, and we'll see what comes our way. Right, we've made our way from the bottom corner. There's no shot on down there due to the water barrel, the water butt, and the sheep into the field. If to come out further into the field, I could have got a shot straight down on it. Didn't happen, so I'm thinking, right, we'll come up to the top end. When we've been here in the past, this bankside forms a perfect backdrop, but there's always rabbit activity on there. They're coming out and then they go over the top into a bit of a basin on the other side. We're going to get a few minutes here and see what turns up. I'm pretty confident that something will turn up. It usually does, although it is a bit quiet tonight, but I've got a good feeling. I think we'll bag a few tonight. Right, we've been here about 15 minutes. I've got 3 rabbits sat out in front of me. There's 2 on this bank side, one's over there, one's directly in front of me on like a bit of a pathway up to the top, and there's one just around this fence line. I can see it through the fence, but I've got no shot on it from here. To get to that one, I've got to get over the fence and get to that and get around the corner. These 2 I can shoot from here. So I'm hoping we're going to get all 3 of these. They're not flinching, and it's looking quite good. So excellent. That's 2 down. I've got to get over the fence now. Oh, the fence was going to match my movement, so I'm going to get over the fence, get to that corner and try and get the shot down the edge of the fence line as it's running away from me. So, here we go. Awesome. That's dropped its stone, it just fell on its side, not even a flick. So, yeah, pretty good start. 3 shots, got 3 rabbits down. I'm just going to go and pick them up now. We'll get this one first, I'll work back this way, and then we'll work around this bottom of this hill and have a look. But I think first thing I'm going to do is have a look over the top and see what's in the bottom. I'll pick these rabbits up first, and away we go. Right, here we go, first three rabbits of the evening, all cleanly headshot, all dropped in one, no dramas with any of them. I'm going to bag these up into the bag and walk off. At this stage I need to mention how well the H&M 6.35 pellets are working. They're absolutely tremendous. The stopping power, just like the two tools in the previous video, just superb. I can't really say enough about them. But like I say, we're going to bag these up and we'll move on then and see how many more we can pick up. Right, the rabbits we saw sat out in when we first come up from the distance, I think they've all like gone over on top into a bit of a plateau at the top. There's probably half a dozen sat out up there. If we can get amongst them and get 2 or 3 of them, I'll be happy with that. That'll bring his numbers up. And so we go, but this goes all the way around, so we'll walk around it, go around, go back into the top, check it all out, then make his way back down. But there's a few about, it's looking all right. Right, we just walked around the bottom of the hill from the other side. There's heat source underneath the tree, shoots a rabbit, it's a bit of another favourite place for him. Just going to walk in a few more yards, probably 10, 15, 20 at the most, to get to within 50 yards of it and try and get a shot. Just need to confirm it, see what I think it is. And then hopefully we'll have another one. Excellent, that one's down. It's lovely edge shot, it's just rolled it over on its side, didn't even flinch. Not even so much of a kick, so I'm happy with that. Right, as you can see from the thermal footage from earlier, there were too many branches in the way for the shot. So we've managed to work his way around, get past those branches. I'm under the side now. The wind's in the right direction. There's only one rabbit left out of the 2 or 3 that were sat there before. So we're having this. Lovely. Kit's working perfectly. Just bowled it over, it's just kicking its legs a little bit and game's over. I can't say enough about this kit we've got. The thermal, the Telos is like working superbly, but what I've got to point out is every time you go out, even though the night feels like it's the same sort of conditions, there will be a slight difference, and it's always worth taking the time to adjust the brightness and the contrast, and even the ultra setting. Sometimes the ultra setting doesn't work, you want to drop it down a little bit to the normal setting, the high, but it's always worth just trying that little slight adjustment, perhaps 1 notch on the brightness, 1 notch on the contrast will make a whole different difference. Exactly the same goes for the scope. Like I say, you go out and you think the conditions are exactly the same as they were last night or last week, and the weather feels the same, the temperature feels the same, the wind's in the direction, but the air holds moisture. And as you know, for the last few weeks we've had nothing but rain up and down the country, and this has been no different. Up in Cumbria, Penrith, I'm looking across, I can see the fog and the mist in the air, and it's just holding the moisture. The ground's full of moisture, and it's all raising up. But it shows you where a quality scope and a quality thermal spotter cuts through it and gives you the opportunity to get on the rabbits. A lesser one would struggle. It's probably still got the adjustments, but the adjustments aren't as good and aren't as fine, and you can tell the difference. And that's where the money goes. The money's all in here, and the money's all in here. And you really do get what you pay for. It's not, like I said before, it's not what it costs, it's what you get for your money. You'll get away with a cheaper one, with a lesser one, but if you want to be more efficient, more effective and more professional and offer your landowners and farmers a totally effective service, then get something that's going to work 100%. I can't emphasise that enough. I've been there and I've had the cheaper ones, I've had the ones that aren't so good, and you end up buying twice. So, and this has proved it tonight. You can see the damp in the air, like I say. It's misty all over at the moment, and the air feels damp. But this kit, the Pulsar Duo and the Pulsar Telos, cutting through it like a knife through butter. Right, we've moved on to the other side of the hillside, and we're facing another one of the banks on this area. We've been praying for the last 4 or 5 times we've been going out rabbiting for a bit of wind. We've finally got a nice breeze tonight, it's just perfect, but it's the unfortunate thing is in the wrong direction for where we want to be. So we're going to give it 15-20 minutes here, see if anything comes from the other side, drops back down to this side. Like I said, they usually do. They up and down this bank side and often come here to the shorter grass. If that fails, we're going to head back down towards where we came from. And obviously the wind's going to be in his face then, so that should work in his favour. So hopefully we'll get a couple down there as well. So once again, we will set about waiting. I've just been watching this rabbit just making its way around from over the top. It's come round, it's just like bobbing around on the grass side, and it's just settling down now. So to say I'm impressed is a bit of an understatement. The whole kit's working really well tonight. That's another one down. Just bowled it over, headshot, a couple of kicks of legs and it's finished. We'll go and get that and bag him up. We're getting there now. Might even see double figures tonight. Should be a nice thing. Anyway, let's go and get it. Just feel a bit damp. It's obviously picked a bit of the moisture up in the air, unless it sat out in the earlier rain. But another one, nicely done, Michael. Right, we've been here 20 minutes. I've just moved permission a little bit and I've moved round so the wind's in my favour. The wind's now blowing in my face. So the rabbits are coming over the other side of the bank and they're coming down the hillside, and we've got another one out here at the moment. It's been like 20 minutes since we picked the last one up, so we had a bit of movement. It's still out there, the wind's in my face, I can talk quite loudly here and it's not picking up on that. So if anything, the wind's getting a little bit too much for, definitely be too much for sub 12 today. But the rabbit's out there. Yeah, it's just completely oblivious to what's coming. So once again, I keep saying that these H&Ns are just bowling them over. Just kicked a little few kicks on its back, legs in the air, and it's yeah, that's it, it's finished. That's two in this in like within 20 minutes of each other. We had to wait 20 minutes initially for the first one, in between the two rabbits, 20 minutes. They're coming out, and like I say, getting the wind in your favour is going to work for you every time. Give it a new few minutes, see if anything else turns up. Like I say, I can talk quite loudly because the wind's right in my face, so it's working well. We'll see, like I say, get another 10-15 minutes, see if anything comes out. If not, we're going to move on. Right, we've just moved around to the other side now. Got a little bit more protection from the wind here. There's not a rabbit. It's just short of the brow of the hill, just short of the horizon. But it's not as bad as it looks because behind it there's another banking. So the shot's quite safe, but it's well below the horizon, so we should be all right. And I said that the wind's carrying the voice away, so it's not moving. It's completely oblivious to I'm here, to be honest. But we've got, yeah. Yet again, a nice shot. It's just dropped it. It's rolled about a few more kicks on this one, but it's just come slightly left, but we're all right with that. That's fine by me. Just need to go and pick him up. That is number 8, I think. I'm losing count rapid. Yeah, I'm sure that's number 8. Not too bad, been here a couple of hours. The double figure bag is looking well in order. Another one to go and pick up. Another one, nice size one. Oh. Right. As you can see, the rocks here, you've got to be really careful when you're putting your feet. If you're coming down this banking, you can quite easily go over, and you'll see in the thermal, the actual images through the thermal looks quite peculiar, looks quite blocky, and it's the rocks it's picking up, because just remember, everything you pick up with the thermal has got a slightly different heat temperature. It doesn't mean it's hot, it's just sort of different temperatures to whatever's next to it, and one rock can have several different temperatures upon it. So we've got to be really careful. Like I said, the thermal picks this out and it just looks weird, but it's just picking up where the rocks are. And like I say, you've got to be careful what you're doing. You could be down in a heartbeat, which would not be good. Right, just doing a bit of a zero check. The wind's coming in, so I'm just seeing how much the wind's affecting it. In between the lulls, I just checked it. I just had a little bit of a minor adjustment. Not that I was worried about any shot placement, but just to adjust it. And it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy procedure to adjust your zero, your windage and your up and down. So it's a piece of cake. Some people can be quite afraid of it. There's no need. It's just take your time, look at it. It tells you everything you need to do. It tells you when you're going up, down, left or right. And just press the long press to save it, and it's all done. And then just take your shot again and make sure your point of impact is where your point of aim is. Piece of cake, really is. Alright, you can probably see out there and through the images on the thermal, they've got a couple of partridge that's just lied side by side. From a distance it looks like a big rabbit till you realise it's got 2 heads. It's been quite fortunate that they're only here now and they wasn't here earlier, because I'm spooning like if they'd have spotted us earlier when we turned up and took flight, squawking like they do, they'd have had the rabbits away. So quite pleased that they're here now and they wasn't here earlier. Right, we just walked around the corner, and like I was saying earlier about the differences in each day, you might think it's the same night. We've walked around the corner, a little bit more exposed here. I can just feel a little bit of rain on my face, but I've had to adjust the contrast on here straight away, because everything seems to be a little bit whitened out. But same, as I said before, the quality's there on the controls. A few clicks and it's back to where I want it to be, just darkened off a little bit, and now things looking as it should be. It's not a problem. If anything did turn up, you'd see it, no doubt, but it's just when you're looking at everything looks to be a little bit pale, a little bit white. I like to have things a little bit darker, so if anything does show up, it's absolutely no doubt at all about what it is. Telos, absolutely superb bit of kit. The adjustment on it is picking out everything. With it, a rabbit, the mice we've seen, a couple of rats. Perfect bit of kit for you. Right, here again, 10-15 minutes this time. Rabbit's come over the top. It's been hanging around the back of that bush. It's now come out. It's presenting me with a lovely shot on it. Another one down. I'm going to bore you to death about this, but the kit is really working superbly. It's working just like a proper team. Scope, gun, pellets, spotter. That's all you need. And tonight it's working brilliantly. We've shot everything we've seen up to now. I think that's 9 we're on, which I'm really happy with. Conditions are what we've been asking for a while. We've been asking for a bit of wind, but then all of a sudden it's not working in your favour. Nothing ever works right, but you've got to make the best of conditions you've got and just put your field craft into it and get onto them. I'm going to pick this one up now, and then we're going to head back down there. The rain's coming in heavier and heavier, and to be honest, I'm not really dressed for it. Tonight didn't look like it. The forecast said no rain after 8 o'clock. It looks like they lied again. So, like I said, we're going to pick this up and then we're going to head back down towards the truck and see if we can get any more on the way back. Right, here we go, adopting quite a nice position for us. Yep, another one. A male, I think, so yeah, quite happy with that. Number 9, and all is fine. Right, just checking the sheep on the other side of here, which is the reason we couldn't take the shot earlier. But this is new fencing, and this is rock studded. So being able to get up on this fence, taking all your weight and feeling secure and safe, gives you the extra couple of feet to get up and look down. The hillside and the landside's all, the landscape is all undulating up and down. And being here just gives you an extra little bit of yardage you can see further forward and see if there's anything out there and worth going into. The beauty of the thermal, you can turn up, look up at one of your permissions, scan the field, and it will tell you instantly whether it's worth walking into that field. Sometimes there's nothing there, as you see on the video earlier. Sometimes it's full of rabbits and you just got to make your plan then to get around them all and get to them as best you can. Tonight, this field is just full of sheep. Which is nice to see, I suppose, but it's restricted some of the shooting tonight, but it's no big deal. You can't win everyone. Right, we've just come down the field, we're chatting away. I just casually scanned round. There's a rabbit about 70 yards in front of me. Took about 20 pace to get further onto it. 45 yards. That's going to qualify as the best shot of the day. I've got a little bit of wind blowing left to right. The rabbit had turned its back. It's just got its head slightly concealed by its body, but just enough to take a shot at. Took the shot, dropped him on the spot. There's been some decent shots being taken tonight and over the last couple of weeks since I've had this kit, but that I would think is my favourite one of the lot. That was quite impressive, and I'm pleased with that shot. Nice one. That's number 10. So we're into double figures, and as I'm looking further down, I can see there's some more rabbits out on the edge, so we might try and get legs 11. And if you can see that, probably slightly high, but it's between the eye and the ear if you look at that plane, and it's through and through. As you see from the video, there's no worrying about being an instant kill. Get that out. Nice one. Pleased with that, number 10. And we've still got to walk down this edge another few hundred yards before we get to there's another couple laid about. There's actually, there were 3, but I think there's just 2 left now. But we'll see if we get onto them and make a decent bike for the night. I'm happy with that. Right, let's get going. Right, there's 2 out there now. They're about 50 yards away. One's sat, one's moving around. I'm going to go for the one on the right hand side, and hopefully the one on the left is going to stay put. Hopefully, then we're on to unlucky 13. Is it 13 or 10? 11, 12? We've got 10, so that'll be 11, 12. Let's see if we can get this. Yes. Right, the problem we've got here, I've dropped that one nicely. the one next to it, it's hopped off to the left, and then it's gone towards the fence. The other side of that fence is not my permission. I'm sure the people who own it would not have a problem with shooting rabbits, but without that permission, I don't know, shooting on other people's land or letting my pellet even go through onto their land. It's just not worth the risk. You could lose everything. So today, the rabbit's won one on me. He's got away. I'm sure he'll be here next time I come, but we've got this one picked, and that's 11. Not bad. I think we've been here a couple of hours, maybe just a little bit longer. So been a nice night really. The rain has actually stopped, but I think it is coming. Looking at the sky. So I think we're going to call it a day. 11's good enough, and we'll wrap this up, and we'll give you a few words when we get wrapped up and back to the truck. Right, we're back home now, away from the secret location. We've managed to shoot 11 rabbits, which is pretty good. We set off about 7:30ish. We're back now, it's about 11:15. Total time in the field was about 2.5 hours, something like that. So not a bad result for the time. The weather we'd prayed for so many times came along tonight, but then it was in the wrong direction. But we battled it and we got around it, and it worked all right. I mean, the conditions were a little bit, not so much damp, but there's plenty of moisture in the air, and we're forever correcting and adjusting the scope settings and the spotter settings to accommodate the different conditions. You know, the brightness and the contrast on the scope and the spotter. It's been a funny time since last time, to be quite honest. It's been a bit different for all of us. We had some technical issues last time out when we should have had the rabbiting video done, and we've got round that and we've got it sorted. We've worked together, we've pulled it through. So that's a good thing, but we managed to talk to Thomas Jacks, who were kind enough to let us keep the scope and spotter for an extra week or so I could get used to using the equipment, making sure I was fully au fait with it, which didn't take much, to be quite honest, because it's pretty straightforward and pretty intuitive to how to use it. But it seemed a foolish thing to do, to send it back, to have it come back in with a few days to start filming again. So they were good enough, like I said, to let us keep it. Another problem we've had, it's something a little bit personal to me. My partner Babs, she's now in hospital. And I'm not a religious man at all, but I've got people all over the country and all over the world praying for her, hoping she's going to pull through with this. She's not very well at all. So if you can spare a thought for her, that'd be much appreciated. She's been a guiding light and a bit of a rock for me. She's fully supportive of everything I've done, and I still am doing. And in fact, this session I was quite keen to call off because of what was going off, and she was insistent, she was adamant that I kept to my word and did what I said I was going to do, which I always try to do. But anyway, she's in hospital at the moment, and she's suffering a little bit. Hopefully things are going to be sorted for Christmas and she'll be home with us, and we are missing her. And I'd like to dedicate the video to Babs herself. Like I say, she's been behind me all my shooting life, and I'm missing her completely, thoroughly. So when you watch this, Babs, you've got to really appreciate how much you mean to me. So back into the filming. We've had 11 tonight. The kit's worked absolutely superb. The Pulsar Duo, which is thermal scope, daytime scope, swap between the both. It's got a picture-in-picture, so you can have thermal main screen with digital image, picture-in-picture, or you can have the digital main screen with a thermal picture-in-picture. Startup time's actually fantastically quick, unbelievable. You click it on and it's away, and within a few seconds you're on, you've got this full screen. A few words about it. Focusing for the thermal is this little dial here, which is ambidextrous. It's got two on each side, so it accommodates for left-handers. Battery compartment, which is an external battery which charges up, so essentially you've got two batteries. You've got the internal battery and an external battery. Menus all accessed from the side button, single press for a quick menu, long press for a big menu, and then all the normal dials are on the top here. You've got the record, the zoom, everything's there that you need. Obviously there's the USB-C charger port on the side which charges up, and obviously for the changing between daytime scope and thermal scope, button on the back, which is a third button on the top, you press that and that will toggle between thermal and digital scope. And there's a little dial on the front here, a little switch on the front here which opens and closes the shutter which operates the digital scope. Thermal spotter again from Pulsar, the Telos LRF XP50, top of the range, soon to replace the Helion, so I'm told. It's got a new style battery in which we've covered before, front focus, and the secondary ring which is for the zoom. It's quite different to normal, which is some I've got a little dial on the side. On off button, the down button, up button, and the menu button. Same again, the menu, short press, long press. The back button also turns on the picture-in-picture and the laser rangefinder. Quick press on that brings the picture-in-picture and rangefinder on. A long press of it keeps it in scan mode, so you can scan around. It's constantly scanning the distances. Extremely accurate. The front, or the down button, as you look at it from here, down obviously scrolls down through the menus, but also operates the camera. Rear eye focus, eye cap. We've had that on, well, like I say, we've been out three odd hours. The battery's hardly touched, so it's really working well. Third piece of the kit is the Air Arms S510 tactical rifle. This is 2.5 FAC, working superbly. It's got quite a few Magpul bits and pieces on it. It's got the adjustable butt pad, the stock, with a rubber butt pad on it. The grip, it's got a drop down lever for the cocking lever, Magpul bipod, and a Magpul sling. And I've got them in dark earth just to bling it up a little bit. The guns work superbly. You know for a fact if you get an Air Arms it's going to be accurate. It's also going to be reliable. The weird thing is it's not that particularly loud, but the thermal scope when it's in record makes it sound a lot louder than what it is. So despite what you hear on film, unless we cut it out, it's relatively quiet. It's quite good. Fourth bit of the kit is the H&N pellets. We've got the 6.35 Barracudas. They've worked superbly. They've 30.36 grains I think they are, and they've got some unbelievable stopping power. They'd bowling these rabbits out at 50-60 yards no problem, and I'm damn sure if something turned up even further away it'd still knock them over. And obviously at close range even more so. You'll see a couple on the videos that we've got some that to use hold under for it, and it's just completely wiped it out completely. So all in all, an excellent setup being provided by excellent people at John Rothery's, Air Arms and Thomas Jacks for the Pulsar kit. 9 rabbits tonight, 11 rabbits tonight. It's quite good. I'm happy with that, and I can't fault it. It's been a good night. We've got everything that we wished for. We had some good weather tonight and a bit of wind, although at times it wasn't in our favour. That sort of wraps it up. So I just want to take this opportunity to say thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Give me your comments in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Subscribe. We really appreciate people who subscribe us. And any comments I will get back to. I always answer every comment I can. I don't think I've missed one yet. So please put your comments down. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. So it's coming up to Christmas and New Year, so it's going to be hard for me this year, but I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a fantastic New Year, and really looking forward to seeing you in the next year with the next of the series. And if there's anything you fancy us trying to have a go at within the thermal range, because it's sponsored by Thomas Jacks, so it's a nighttime, essentially a nighttime shooting with thermal or digital, give us a shout. Let us know what you fancy, what you like, and we'll see if we can accommodate you. So like I say, have a great Christmas and New Year, and we'll see you in the new year. And thanks for watching, really appreciate it.